Hello, everybody.
Not a good break-off from Mark Selby.
One.
So, what a chance. Although the cue ball has stopped, and now it's slightly awkward red.
Six.
Yeah, played it well. If this was just played straight through from first frame to last, this wouldn't feel maybe like such a big frame, but undoubtedly it's one they both want to win.
Selby has just ruled the roost this afternoon. There was a suspicion that it would go this way after the form of the two players this week, and sometimes that's all you can really go by when matches are so close. You know, there's nothing between them, albeit they've got contrasting styles. But this week, Selby has been in better form than O'Sullivan. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, well, I put a little poll up on Twitter, every player, but 61% went for Selby, just on an opinion on who would win.
$21. 22. $30.
Been red on. Got a high angle. I think the other red that's just sticking out slightly above the one he's going to play. That might.
38.
So playing on the loose one, but again, it'll all be about 2 or 3 shots down the line where he does get. Well, that was a surprise. It was always a little bit top jaw, maybe a little slower in pace, I think.
First got a lead on the board. But here's a chance.
Didn't go to plan, did it?
Well, he's missed the red.
There's an argument he might have put himself off there, I think.
Anyway, it was a chance, but Mark Selby back at the table, 40 odd in front for a couple of shots. Mark Allen firmly denied it.
It's very hard to be statuesque when you're down there, sitting there watching. You've got to
7.
still remain alive, haven't you? You can't just completely.
That'll be 14. One.
So you've got one last push in this session.
6,
trace of right-hand side. Yeah.
7,
And that right-hand side just took him into the blue rather than slipping beyond. I tell you what, this would be... He could pull this up from his boots, this clearance, it would be some effort. It's been so subdued. Just when you thought the frame and the session was done, there's chances cropped up.
Yeah, one last afternoon. I think subdued is a good word, but he's played the cannon to open those two reds.
21.
All this comes really down to that bottom red, and why wouldn't you play on it now? You're going to need it anyway, the safe one.
Thirty.
Well, he made that great clearance in front. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Who saw that coming?
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 36.
Now 22 behind. In goes the red. Well, if that's O'Sullivan's last shot of the afternoon, it's not going to be. Selby needs the yellow, and it should.
6.
Potted it well. Well, that red when he had what looked like a golden chance to make the winning clearance.
13.
It's been a rather bitty afternoon from O'Sullivan's perspective from him.
18.
Here's the red again, and you can see his reaction as well. So it's advantage very much Mark Selby ends.
31.
He's got a 4-frame lead,
Mark Selby.
and he's only 3 away from retaining this Scottish 6 frames to 2.
And the Stephen Hendry Trophy awaits the winner, the first to 9 frames. One thing that O'Sullivan has struggled to do when he closed to 3-2, when it looked as though Selby was moving 4-1 up. But in the event show, Selby won the last 3 of the afternoon.
He did in that 8th frame. Wasn't the best break off. He gave Mark Selby a chance.
Or on the UK Championship, but having decided to do so last season, he of course went on to win the title, beating Jack Lazowski in the final.
Well, that's the worst possible start.
1.
And played it well.
It took a long time for Selby to find his open last season in
9.
very comprehensive fashion against his practice partner Dave Gilbert, but as well to become the first player to win 2 of these events in a single campaign, since matched of course by Judd Trump this season at the start of this campaign. Further evidence that he is back to his very best after a couple of seasons where he seemed to lose some confidence.
On this red.
25.
Preferred to play for the long red instead of coming in and out of ball.
31.
Right in the middle. Always a good sign when they go right. And that makes it easier for the red directly above the black. So once it takes this red, in fact, it may even be. And this is now looking good.
39.
Yes, it wasn't a difficult pot, was it? Dropped it in dead weight for the black, but he saw some danger with that shot. So I'm just going to sit and wait and hope.
The overall record favours O'Sullivan quite significantly, 16 wins to 10, but
54. $62.
If you could skim past the reds, land somewhere around about there. And only needs his... But it's Mark Selby. Barring snookers, he could... No mistake. Again, right in the middle. No danger of missing. Needs a good kiss.
78.
5 of them to be precise.
Nicely played. Well judged. Just got to get the feel of the table again. Maybe pot a few balls, if he gets the chance.
Session this afternoon. O'Sullivan looked to be trying to play on with just the black left, which seemed, even by Ronnie's standards, a bit left field.
Want to give Ronnie a chance to get a few pots going.
To an end once and for all. Awkward queuing though.
Yeah, it was awkward queuing. Well played. To pot them all. No choice then but to set them up.
Six.
Brown will go on the blue spot.
2 particularly notable performances from Selby coming into this final. Alden played very well too. And then last evening's display against Jamie Jones, 3 consecutive centuries. Well, he's not been quite as good as that today, but look at the scoreline. Up against, and at the moment, bossing him.
Yeah, well, you can't do much more than
18.
win the frame at one visit, and that's what he did. Always nice to make centuries, I know, but most important thing is the frame.
$26.
To create that angle to get to the green.
29.
And as I said earlier, the only way to keep... pot them all.
33. $38.
It felt like he's dominated the first frame. O'Sullivan
44.
failing to trouble the score. Breaks
51
of
from the
78
frame.
and 51 from the defending champion. He's now just 2 frames away. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan by 7 frames to 2. Mark Selby was able to win both mini sessions.